dig into a little article here that I came across that I thought was pretty interesting. GameSpot had printed this article of Nintendo's top 12 consoles and the games that sold best on those consoles. I thought this was an interesting piece to possibly discuss a little bit here. So here we go. Nintendo's best selling. Number 1. Can anybody guess it? What do you think?
The Wii. Really?
Nope. Not the Wii.
Game Boy.
Nope. The DS. The first DS.
Really?
154.2 million units sold.
Okay.
The best sold game on that console was New Super Mario Brothers, probably because it was Bumblebee.
It was at one point, yeah.
Number 2. Game Boy.
Okay. Well, it was around forever.
118.69 million units. What do you think was the best-selling game on Game Boy?
Tetris.
Tetris, you are correct.
Yeah, the thing about Game Boy that I think kind of might skew those numbers a little bit, now I haven't seen this whole list, is they probably combined Game Boy,
See through the paper.
Game Boy Color, Game Boy Pocket. They probably combined all those
I'm
as
sure
Game
they did.
Boy, and that will inflate that number a little bit. So we're not all talking we're not talking just the monochrome, thick Game Boy with the red buttons. We're talking like that whole through the Play It Loud years and everything. But I mean, they were producing Game Boy and Game Boy Color games for a good 12 years probably until the GBA.
I got 10 more, nerd. You done talking?
Yeah.
I'm gonna hide this paper. I'm gonna make a game out of this where Will guesses.
Oh God.
So what do you think's number 3?
Wii.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Stop being right. So what do you think sold best with them? It was 101.63 million units.
Well, I mean, are they going to say Wii Sports?
They did say Wii
Because
Sports.
that was the
it was
back-end
bundled with
game.
it. When you sell 101 million copies of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the only version of the Wii that didn't have Wii Sports was the Wii Mini.
There was the Wii one that came with Mario Kart 7, I think.
Oh, right.
Because it was the
black one, right?
Red one.
Oh, the red one.
Yeah. The black one I think was just...
It was just black?
Yeah.
Okay.
It might have been like the one that had more space on it, I think. Because they were doing that gimmicky shit, too.
Oh, right.
Okay, so number 4.
Nintendo 64?
Nope. Incorrect. You at home can keep score. Let me know in the comments how Will did, because I'm not keeping score. It was the Game Boy Advance.
Okay.
That sold 81.51 million units. I don't know how the point fit. I don't know. Can you sell like 0.01 of a unit?
I mean, yeah, it seems like you're averaging things out when you're doing that.
Yeah, so what do you think on the Advance? Now, that's going back in time to think about what was hot back then.
Maybe a Pokemon title.
It was a Pokemon title.
Okay.
It was Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire.
Okay, yeah.
That was the big hit for that one. Next up?
The N64?
No.
No, my God.
The original NES.
Okay.
61.91 million units. And?
Super Mario Brothers.
And naturally, yes,
Yeah.
that would be the one.
Yeah.
So after that...
I'm not going to keep saying Nintendo 64.
Don't.
So, Super Nintendo.
No.
Oh.
The 3DS.
Okay.
58.85 million units. And?
Trying to think of the big 3DS titles. Super Mario 3D Land?
Nope. Close. That was the second mention.
Okay.
Pokemon X and Y.
Okay.
So now 7. Do you want me to just go?
Yeah, just go.
Okay.
I'm just going to keep saying N64
He
until
just
it's
wants
on
it
there.
to win. 7th best was the Super NES.
Okay.
49.1 million units, and the best-selling game naturally was Super Mario World.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a cop. Like, they should go with the second.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, okay.
Well, I mean, in all fairness with that, it wasn't a pack-in for the entire duration of the run.
Yeah, I
Because you
guess
did
not.
have the Donkey Kong Country one. You had, I think there was a Super Metroid one. I could be wrong.
I'm not going to doubt it was a good game. It didn't carry high numbers, but I just feel like there probably was something else that should be more noteworthy. But anyway.
There's more copies of F-Zero out there than anything else because you can still get sealed cases of F-Zero if you really want it.
If you need a sealed Super Nintendo game, F-Zero's your baby.
That is it.
So number 8. This Nintendo 64.
Okay, yeah.
Came in 8th place with 32.93 million units. To me, that seems low.
Yeah.
Considering they were actually putting them out at that time, and that Christmas season, it was dry. Like,
yeah.
That number just seems low to me. And of course, Super Mario 64, the best-selling game because it was packaged with the system. Number 9, Jason's favorite, the GameCube. 21.74 million units. This is the first one in the list that the game that sold best for it was not a pack-in. Although I don't think GameCube really did have one until they were doing that Legend of Zelda bundle.
Yeah, they did the Legend of Zelda bundle. My GameCube came with Mario Kart Double Dash.
Okay, that's right. They did do the Double Dash one. I think that's the one they packaged with just the black console.
The Double Dash one was the Platinum.
Okay, so they did Zelda and that with the Platinum. Okay. It was Super Smash Bros. Melee was the highest selling. I believe that 100%.
It's the best Smash Brothers game in my opinion.
So number 10 is the Wii U. 13.56 million units. That's pretty damn low, considering worldwide.
Considering where it dropped off from the Wii, yeah.
Yeah. The most selling game with that was Mario Kart 8, obviously, because everybody still talks about Mario Kart 8 to this day. 11 so far, which I don't know how it can be on this list, but the Nintendo Switch at 2.7 million units right now, projected to sell between 5 and 7.2 million for 2017.
Yeah, if they get them out there, they'll sell them.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. And then obviously, what do you think the game is?
Well, it's not Skyward. It's Breath of the Wild.
Skyward Sword.
It's Breath of the Wild, and the thing that's funny about
it's the only fucking game
is that more copies of Breath of the Wild have been sold than Nintendo Switches.
Yeah, they didn't put the number down of how many of those were sold.
People speculating.
And then number 12.
It's the only thing.
It's the only thing that's fucking left. The Virtual Boy. 770,000 units for the entire world.
Less than a million, yeah.
The best game, best sold, Mario Tennis. Because it was packaged with the fucker.
Yeah.
And man, I read this article and I was like, this is fucking great because it's one of those things like, you can automatically, and Nintendo does this because it's like their claim to fame though, because they can be like, oh, well, we're selling out right now. And they're like, well, yeah, you're selling out because you don't put anything out there. And then they can be like, oh, well, this was the best-selling game of this year for us. It's like, because you put it with the fucking system.
Yeah.
Like, you're cheating when you think about it.
That's why I love the fact that with Breath of the Wild that it's not a pack-in, but it sold more copies than systems.
Oh, yeah.
So far.
I think that's freaking great.
Yeah.